Not everybody could be a hero.
Right. Oh, yeah. Mikey's a hero.
Yeah. Did you know? I mean, I told you.
Yeah, you told me. Mike, just to give a little context
To all the
here.
viewers, Robbie here.
wait in the car.
Robbie is here because of me. He's breathing. He's speaking to the mic because of me, and it's a fact.
Welcome to the Not For Nothing podcast, the place where ideas unfold and conversations take flight. Topics such as relationships, everyday life struggles, and more with your host, Christopher Michael. All right, and we're back. What's up, Robbie?
Hello, Christopher.
So, everybody, this is my little brother, Mike. He's going to be our guest for the day.
The little big bro.
Mikey
The
the
little
Baba.
big bro. The less attractive brother, you know?
Yeah, right. All right, here we go. Here we go.
So, yeah, this is going to be our welcome to our first happy hour special.
Cheers.
Cheers,
Cheers,
to that.
guys.
I'll see you guys
And then
tomorrow.
and then Miami directly after this. I'm
Yeah,
pretty
that's
hyped
it.
about that.
It's gonna be a great weekend. So yeah, we're gonna be heading down to the Fountain Blue.
Fountain.
hit-
Did your
hit-
grandparents honeymoon there?
My
They did.
grandparents,
Yeah.
yeah, they did actually. Yeah, that's how long the Fountain Blue's been around.
We definitely leveled up from the
Yeah.
breakwater.
I remember we were telling we were speaking to Grandma on Christmas, and we told her we were coming down. She goes, "Oh my God, the Fountain Blue's still there. It's been there
That's
forever."
how long, yeah.
We should
I
bring
know.
her.
Should bring her. She'd be shocked
Oh,
at
she
what
had
it
a
is
good time.
now. Things like a huge mall. It's insane. We're gonna hit a little bit of Live Up, a little bit of SLS,
A little bit of 11.
a little bit of 11.
Can't leave
yeah.
that one out.
All possible things.
That's your spot.
I'm going to die and have my
Yeah.
ashes spread
Robbie disappears.
Robbie wants his ashes spread there for sure. He's a staple in that place. So yeah, we're gonna do a little bit of hot takes. I think we should start with, I don't know. Everybody has this thing lately with, or at least Robbie has this thing with lasagna being shit.
It is shit.
Oh, don't get me started.
It's crazy.
It's not. All right, let me phrase this the right way. It's not shit, but my point is, and Doug, feel free to chime in on this. Italian restaurants
please
are a
feel
dime
free.
a dozen, right? They're on every corner. Have you ever been to an Italian restaurant and ordered lasagna?
But that's
Yes.
yes, that's
Really?
true.
Yeah, shorter answer is yes. That being said, not many places make it the right way.
What's the right way?
It's got to be made with love. It's got to have layers and layers. It's got to have the sauce
What
right.
are the ingredients in love? What's love made of?
It's got to
Heart?
It's just got to be made with love.
Commitment?
It's just like my
Dedication?
eggplant parm when I'm out. Very rarely will I eat eggplant parm out.
Right.
A lot of restaurants just don't get it right.
certain things are better home cooked.
So that's the thing. If
Yes.
someone makes lasagna,
Right.
I'll eat it.
I'll have it out at a place that's famous for it. I won't just go to a local Italian
wouldn't.
restaurant and say, "Oh, I want fucking lasagna."
Yeah, because like you see,
I don't
on,
crave
like,
it.
Instagram and TikTok, all these people like, 100-layer lasagna.
But yeah, lasagna is not shit. To say it's shit is
Yeah, it's a
a
bold
little
statement.
bit of an overstatement.
It
It's
does
just-
nothing for me.
It's just not good at certain restaurants. But like my mother's lasagna is amazing.
Well, it's made with love.
I love it.
But I'm like, I would never order, even if it's got everything we just talked about. It's just, there's so many other good choices, better options
of course,
at Italian restaurants.
Absolutely. But the only time I will eat it out, I will eat it out because it's something I won't make at home. I don't have the patience to make it at home.
Oh, to
I know
boil
how to make it,
noodles and-
but it's a fucking process. Thank you.
You're welcome. Spoon feeding my brother since he was 5 years old.
Yeah,
Still
right.
doing it today.
You told a
Yeah,
story
yeah.
last time how we locked your parents out of the house to beat the shit out of you.
Oh yeah, I told him about that. Remember
Which-
when I locked mom and dad out in the Lanai because you ratted me out? In
Where were we
school?
living?
We were living on Williamsbridge.
Oh, Lydic Avenue.
Yeah,
I did.
Remember?
What, for the spice bombs?
Yeah, remember?
I didn't rat you out.
Yeah, you did. Are you serious?
Full of shit.
Yeah, right. Anyway, do you remember?
I was being interrogated.
Remember, I lured mom and dad out onto the Lanai, the sunroom, and I locked them out. I beat the
I
shit
caught
out
a
of
beating,
you.
huh?
I
I caught a fucking beating.
Dang, dude, he sounds like he forgot about it.
Yeah,
Was that from
Goodfellas?
I could
Every
tell you.
now and
I
then
could,
you gotta catch a
I
beating.
could tell you the one time he tied my legs up with suspenders and threw me into a corner of a wall. Remember that?
I don't remember that actually.
Or how about the time you went in the dryer?
Oh yeah.
And mom said, "Don't press that button." And
Yeah.
I looked at mom. I looked
sounds
at
like-
you.
I forgot what were you doing? We were playing hide and seek or some
Yeah,
shit.
yeah, yeah,
We were
yeah.
playing hide and seek.
Fucking kid hides in the dryer.
I hid in the dryer, and he turns.
My
it on.
immediate thought was, "Power on."
Guy tried to cook me.
He was ba-boom, ba-boom, ba-boom.
Did you break the dryer? 'Cause those things aren't meant for
My
humans.
mother flipped.
Oh, she went bananas, dude. She was not happy. But yeah,
This was last week, folks.
Yeah, it could have been.
this is just last week. But yeah, we definitely, me and Mikey definitely were at odds growing up for sure.
Yeah, I hated him.
Yeah, it wasn't until later in life that we got close. After some soul searching.
And now
you know?
look, huh?
Yeah.
Look
best
at you
buds.
guys.
Another thing that annoys me and this is Robbie. I don't know where this comes from, but listen, there is no way that Robert McCall doesn't whoop John Wick.
Yeah, I'm in agreement.
If we're going to talk
100%.
about hot takes here,
100%.
I don't know where Rob. I know Robbie's got all kinds
I'll
of
have this
research
conversation.
he's done. It's crazy. It's a crazy thought to even have.
You have any words? Robbie?
I have so many words.
Go ahead,
but
let's
none
hear
of them
Let's hear
get
it.
through your stupid
No, let's
Doug,
hear
big
it.
skulls.
Hang
Let's
on.
hear 'em.
Doug, what's your opinion?
So I haven't seen The Equalizer, like the whole movie,
Oh, you
Right.
got to watch all three, bro.
but I've seen. Yeah, so that's my thing. I have a biased opinion because I've seen all 4 of the John Wicks.
Right.
If it's weapons, I don't see a single person on the planet beating John Wick.
My man, agreed.
With
That's what I
weapons.
said. With
Yeah.
weapons, but hand to
'Cause-
hand.
Yeah, so the thing with hand to hand is like you could be a boxer and whip the shit out of somebody that does like jujitsu or something.
Right.
Like you don't know his training, but from what I saw in the clips of Robert McCall, he's literally like cracking necks.
Yeah.
Like I don't know,
Killing people
but
with books.
but it wouldn't be an easy fight though.
No, he's not a weapon-based fighter.
No, I think
He's
it's an easy fight.
hand to hand. Robert McCall
Yeah.
destroys John Wick.
Well, first of all,
without
he
weapon.
is a weapons fighter. He's
Yeah,
nasty
but
with a gun.
minimally though.
And he can use
He doesn't
a
need
pen.
him.
He can use John McCall uses Robert McCall uses a shot glass
And a book.
and a book.
John Wick uses a pencil.
Facts.
One
But
time.
I could kill
That's
you
the-
with a pencil.
That's a singular only time.
It's a sharp object.
Killed 3 people in the
Kill me
bar
with a
pencil.
book. Snap my neck with a book. And then talk to me.
So this is what I'll say, and I'll concede to a certain extent.
Okay, good.
Oh,
If there is
already.
planning involved,
Well, that's
Like the-
part of the skill.
I get it, but it's not part of the skill because a lot of the situations that John Wick is in, he doesn't have time.
Yeah.
When he has a city chasing him, he doesn't have time to open up a diary and say, "Okay, I'm going to step here into this." It's
Yeah, but you
constant
act
defense.
like people
Yeah.
weren't after Robert McCall.
Not to the level of John Wick. No, he didn't have an entire
No.
city coming
Yeah.
after him
But
with a $14 million bounty
He was always 10 steps ahead.
when he planned it out, and he had time to do it.
No,
John
but
Wick
he
was never in a
he-
situation
but
where he could do that.
He knew
Yeah,
their
fair.
every move.
I'm not disagreeing with that.
Right.
Not disagreeing with that at all. But my point is, John Wick was never in a situation where he could really let me map this out because he was under constant threat from everybody and anybody
Right.
as he was walking the
No,
street.
agreed.
Where
Yeah.
John or Robert McCall could say, okay. The first one I think it was with the Russians when he goes
When he
into,
went
like,
into
the
the-
back room.
yeah.
he knew the Russians would be in there. Maybe didn't
And
know
that,
specifically.
and that was
how
what,
many people.
9?
All right, it was.
And wait, I'll touch on that. He went untouched.
Yes, not knocking that.
Has
at all.
John Wick been untouched by 9 people?
No.
John
Absolutely
Wick
not.
hasn't been
Oh, no.
attacked or had the ability to be able to plan out.
He drew blood a lot.
Of course he did, because he
did.
has cities coming
Yes,
after
but
him.
if not for weapons, he would have been dead in the first one.
It's like 5
Oh,
stars.
of course.
PTA.
I'm not disagreeing with
Right.
that at all. But if you have a city of people coming after you,
Yeah.
I feel you're entitled to use a few
I mean,
guns.
how's John Wick doing? He's dead, I think, right?
I think he
I
died
think-
in a duel.
I think
and I
Robin-
think he died.
A
I think
one-on-one
I
duel.
think Robert McCall's retired in Italy,
I think
living the life.
You got to keep in mind though too, John Wick from the 4th one, for the people who saw it, really was kind of over life. Like he made his commitment.
Oh, so now you're going to go with he wanted to die.
Well,
100%. We
Rob-
saw the
wait,
4th one.
All right, wait.
Hang on. Robert McCall was also over his life. He almost took
He
his own
almost-
life
right.
at the end of the 3rd.
No,
He
in the
had-
beginning of the third.
Right, beginning.
Beginning of the
Yeah,
3rd.
but you see how he had the option though? That's what Rob is trying to say, and that I get here. Look, right?
What option?
John Wick
Wick could have killed the guy and
Yeah.
walked away.
Yeah. John-
Honestly, the 4th one bored me so much.
Also,
because it
John
was
Wick
drawn
didn't
out.
get shot by a kid.
Listen,
He let the kid go.
Damn!
No.
at the end of the day,
No.
all of that is irrelevant. The conversation here is who would win in a fight with no weapons, and it's hands
Robert
down
McCall.
Robert McCall.
No doubt
That
about
wasn't
it.
the argument.
That is the
We're in a
argument.
fight. And if you want to create different scenarios, you're free to do so. but
No,
don't say
the
that was
fight.
the
No,
argument.
that was always- no.
This fight is hand to hand combat. No weapons, hand to hand combat.
That was
That's
always my
an
argument.
argument.
Oh, but never my argument.
Yeah,
Well,
that was
then
my
you're-
Oh,
argument.
well,
You're
then
on
we've
another
been arguing
planet.
about the wrong thing.
Even with
we're all dumb.
even with Dave, that was my argument.
Yeah, in a hand to hand
Hand-to-hand.
combat.
I would still
Robert-
take Wick.
No way.
No.
So I'll give Wick the credit, like Rob said. Like, bro, you got the whole underworld going after you.
Yeah, but again,
Like,
that's not.
He didn't walk
we're
into
not,
a room.
We're
No,
not,
no, yeah,
We're not
yeah.
talking about
with
that.
a bunch of
We're talking
Russian
about-
thugs and guns.
Yes, but when you have an
He had
unlimited
trained
supply,
that's the other thing too. All right, you say, well, he killed 9 people with a shot glass. Yeah, he killed 9 Russian thugs with no formal skills, no training, and guns. Yeah,
That's an assumption.
it's not. Well,
no. How about the guys in the Home Depot or whatever they're equivalent to the Home Depot in the first one?
With the lows.
That Russian dude that was after him.
Oh, yeah.
he was a
Yeah.
trained killer.
Okay,
Right.
everyone that John Wick has gone against is a trained professional assassin. Every single person. It's not Joe Schmoes. It's not someone contracted for hire to do something. They're
Right.
all trained professional assassins.
And he shot every one of them.
And he killed a lot of them with hand-to-hand combat. The ones that
Not
went into
many.
his house. Did he snap some necks?
No, the ones
Yes.
No,
but
he
it
had
was
guns.
headshot.
He had a
Boom,
whole
boom.
arsenal.
Dude, everyone who's gone after John Wick is a trained assassin.
He still
Robert
shot
McCall's-
them all.
Listen,
Fine. That's what you do when you have 14 people
Well, we're
coming
talking
after you.
about a hand-to-hand combat.
I'm not. I'm talking about overall. Now, if
Well,
you want to say if
then,
it goes to
yeah,
hand-to-hand, I'd
you
still
lost.
take Wick.
Then you can
But
see it.
also, if you're going into a battle where you know there's a chance that you're going to die and you have the option to bring a gun,
Oh yeah,
you're going to bring a
listen.
gun.
Robert McCall was never in jeopardy of death
No, he wasn't.
because he has an elite skill
because
set
it's
that John Wick
unrealistic.
did not
It's an
have.
unrealistic movie. He also didn't go
Oh,
against the level
oh.
of competition
Wait.
that John Wick
And
and
John
Well,
Wick
John
is
Wick
unrealistic?
isn't a realistic movie.
Yeah,
either.
not even
no,
close to a
Well,
realistic movie.
that we know.
that
Right.
staircase,
I
that,
bet you shit like that happens.
that staircase scene. Are you joking?
Nah, it's just-
It got so ridiculous. I couldn't even watch it anymore.
Which staircase scene?
When he kept getting knocked down the staircase to get to the duel, he had to fight 30 guys in John Wick to keep getting up
Which
to
one,
the
the
top.
fourth one?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, dude,
Yeah.
how many times you could get knocked down the whole flight
Listen,
of stairs?
Robert McCall fights
Like,
bums. John Wick fights trained
Yeah,
assassins.
right. Yeah, right.
Sure,
Yeah.
sure.
If that's what you want to hang your hat on, you could do that.
I will. I'll hang my fucking coat on it.
The bottom line is John Wick is dead, and Robert McCall is eating homemade pasta in Italy, living the dream.
Right.
Yeah, John Wick.
Homemade
did
monogote.
Some shit lasagna.
Right.
Shit lasagna. Yeah.
Yeah.
He's miserable in Italy eating shitty lasagna.
But I gotta say, if somebody killed my dog, I think I could do it.
Yeah.
If someone killed your dog?
Yeah, I think
Oh,
I can.
yeah.
I think I can go John Wick.
If someone killed your dog and you had a gun,
I'll
and you're-
assassinate everybody.
Yeah.
No, I wouldn't even do a gun. It's not personal enough. I
Yeah,
would have
right.
to
No,
I
strangle
would have
the
to
life
like
out of
stab
them.
literally
them so you're
rip
there
their
the whole
bottom
time.
jaw.
I want to make them pay.
Yeah.
like literally some crazy
Yeah.
shit like that. Yeah.
They'd have to.
I'm
yeah.
talking torture.
Yeah, they get fucked.
My
up.
dog. You
I'm
can't,
gonna
you
make
can't touch my dog. That's my.
Yeah.
dog.
I'm gonna keep them alive for as long as I can.
Well, I would
Yeah.
keep them alive for as long as I can. Then I would get another dog and I train them to aggressively
Maul
eat-
them
eat
like in
people.
Game of Thrones.
And then I would say, eat. And
My
let 'em
dogs
release.
are hungry.
That's it.
Yeah, you don't fuck with my dog ever.
Thanks.
No, you should never.
I like
fuck
dogs
with
over
animals.
humans.
You should never fuck
Yeah.
with animals. Ever.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Ever. You're a fucking
Dogs
you are-
specifically.
You are scum of the earth if you hurt an animal.
I do 2
Scum.
donations like in December,
Right.
and one of them is always like a local shelter. It breaks my heart.
It's very sweet.
Yeah, dude. I took Buddha out of a shelter. I felt miserable just watching him there. I couldn't even leave him there.
Yeah.
I would take them all if I could.
I'll tell you, if I won the lottery, 100% first thing I do, animal sanctuary. Just
Have like a dog farm.
yeah.
Oh yeah, for sure.
I see videos like that, like
Yeah.
people, and it's just hundreds of dogs, and they're just laying out.
Yeah.
Yeah, save all the dogs, man.
Gotta love dogs.
Dog-
If you don't like dogs, I don't trust you. Period.
What about when a dog doesn't like somebody?
Oh, they get good.
There's always a
instincts.
reason.
Yeah, there
There's
is.
a
So
reason.
if a dog walks or a person walks in your house, like a friend, or you start dating somebody, and your dog like kind of like backs up and the hair stands up.
Yeah, there's a reason.
And just like they not growl, but like you see they're like really indifferent.
Right.
Are you like something up with this person?
Yeah, of course. I was talking to Ashley, one of our previous guests, and she had a dog. She has a dog, and she went for a walk with the dog, and she passed by this guy, and she's like, "My dog has never reacted this way ever," and he went ballistic.
The dog.
And I was like, "Yeah, the dog probably saved you because there's most likely something up with that guy for the dog to just react that way
And it
first
just never
time
reacted?
ever." Yeah,
Yeah.
I was like, "There's something sketchy going
Oh,
on."
definitely.
Like,
I'm sure there
absolutely.
was.
Yeah, 100%. So
I want.
that's
I
why
want a
animals are
dog.
great.
Yeah, we're not tapped in like that.
They're not going to
No,
stab
yeah.
you in the back. You know,
No, they always love you, no matter what.
unconditional.
They
come
greet you at
home.
the door.
Kenzie's
It's the best.
13. I come home, she's hopping on the deck.
They wait. Yeah.
I'm like, you can't jump on the couch, but you can hop.
Yep.
It's just the best thing in the world.
Tails
Yeah.
wagging.
Yeah.
I can't imagine my life without my dog.
Just mouth breathing.
They know when you're sad, when you're upset.
I'm just-
Yeah.
They
are
just
mouth
fucking
breathing.
run a
It's so
marathon. Yeah, dude.
My dog's funny, Sadie. She doesn't give. She won't kiss you, but the way she kisses you, she blows.
Oh,
she
she's-
blows air in your face.
she's cheap with the kisses.
She comes
though.
out to your face and she goes.
She's cheap.
That's what she does.
It's like a toddler when they
She,
tell you a
she
secret, they
cries.
tell it into your
She
mouth.
cries for attention, but she won't give a kiss for shit.
No, she won't. She's not. She's not affectionate like that. She's affectionate in other ways, but not like that.
No, she's good.
Yeah, Kenzie doesn't really kiss.
Mom was so excited one day. She's like, "Ah, Sadie kissed me. She
got it
gave
right.
me a little kiss."
Yeah.
I was like,
But
"Ah."
Max, when we had Max, he didn't kiss either. It must be a mastiff thing.
Yeah, I think it is a massive
Agreed.
thing. I do. I definitely do.
But then you got Angie
Oh, she don't stop.
and Layla.
Yeah. No, Layla, she's a little shisty with the kissing, but she will. But
She
Angie, oh my God, she'll lick you to death.
She is the worst guard dog ever.
Oh my, I love her though. She's the best.
Sweetest dog. Like,
Sweet-
you could just
Sweetest lab I've
you
ever
could just
met.
tell in her brain it's just like
Yeah.
Yeah, she's an attention freak.
Yeah.
She is like,
She'll take socks, shoes,
Yeah,
whatever she's got.
the funny thing about it is if you give her, like if you pet her head long enough, she always rolls down onto her back and gives you her belly.
Yeah.
Belly rub.
Like always. I'm like, no, don't do it.
That's
Don't do it. I'm not going to rub your belly.
Kenzie does that. I'll go into bed and she'll lay on my chest for like 5 minutes and then she'll slowly start. I'm like, all right, do that for 10 minutes and then she just gets up and leaves.
They all
Yeah.
love the belly rub.
Yeah.
They do. I
love
love
a
a good belly rub.
Yeah.
Right.
That's
Rub
not
mine.
bad, right?
No, not at all.
You want to scratch my belly? Let's start kicking my
Yeah, right.
Scratch my belly. I love a good tush rub too. Yeah.
A little good old tushy rub,
A
huh?
little ass massage.
Yeah.
Yeah, baby.
butt rub.
Now-
So actually, I wanted to bring one thing up on here because your brother and I were arguing about this for about 2 hours at the bar a few weeks ago.
Oh boy.
So you explain the situation with
What were we
the
talking
golf.
Oh, God. So, I know this guy,
Right.
I got a guy.
and always goes out to watch Sunday football, right?
Right.
So his wife was like, you think you could ever maybe not go out and make time for me on a Sunday? And I know him, and there's no way he would do it. No,
Right.
No fucking way. No shot. He's passionate about football. That's his thing with his buddies, and that's what he does.
Right.
So there happened to be one Sunday, he knew he wasn't going out to watch football.
Right.
He knew the week prior that Sunday was a wash.
The plans were canceled.
Right.
Oh, wow.
So what he did was woke up in the morning, Sunday morning. This is fucking great. Had his boy call him on the phone as if they're going to watch Sunday football.
Right.
And he goes, I think I'm going to bail on you guys today and just hang out with my wife. So now he looks like the fucking hero. She thinks, oh my God, that was so fucking sweet. I can't believe you did that for me.
Right.
And I'm like, this is,
loves me.
I'm like, this is the best. And he even got dressed. Like this was so calculated.
He put on the whole show.
He got dressed,
Changes back into sweats.
got dressed, told her I'm leaving, and then got the call and decided I'm not watching football today.
Right. I'm going to hang out with you, honey.
So Robbie and I were talking about it. We were out a couple Saturdays ago. And he goes, oh, that's so sweet. I'm like, sweet? I said, it was insincere.
Absolutely.
I said, it would have been sweet if he actually did it. I
Right.
said, but this was a calculated plan from start to finish.
There was nothing.
And he goes, no, but the idea behind it. I said, yeah, the idea is
He
sweet.
just wanted her to feel special.
That's not why he did it, though.
But he would have,
Why did he do it then?
He did it because he saw an opportunity
Right.
to
To be the
get
hero.
brownie
right.
points.
That's
Yeah.
exactly what I'm saying.
It was-
He saw
yeah.
the opportunity. He looks like the hero.
The thing
Yeah.
is, we don't know what
And he
his
was never
intent
going to
is.
watch football. It wasn't a bye week. For whatever reason,
It was-
wasn't lining up. They weren't going to watch
It
football.
was an opportunistic moment that he
100%.
took
Yes,
advantage
He did
of.
that as well.
Right.
But
There's
I
nothing
also
sweet about
think He
that.
did it to make her feel good because
Of course, he did it to make her feel good, but
But he did it for
his
his own-
intentions weren't there.
Right. He did it for his
do you mean?
own self-gain.
It's self-gain, yes.
I did it for that also. But I also
brownie
don't think
points.
there's anything wrong with him making her feel special.
No, but say that's
But
not
to
why
lie
he
about
did
it.
though. He didn't do it to make her feel special.
He did it
get
to earn points.
Right, to earn points for himself. And then so
I can see it that way, but I could also see it the other way. That's all I'm saying. You could
I
argue both
I
ways.
really don't see it. I don't see
Yeah.
how it's sweet or sincere at all.
First off,
Posh agreed with me. on
First
that.
off, it's his
Of course
wife.
she would.
It's his wife, right? So to do that to her is like that is
Right.
douchey as you
why
can
not
be.
why not just cancel plans for your wife?
because he wanted her to feel like he was prioritizing her.
Right, so
And
why
I'm
not-
not saying it was
right.
right.
So why
I'm
not
just
do it-
saying that was his intent.
Why not actually do it on a Sunday you had intended to watch football?
Because he wants to play football.
Well, I'm gonna tell
Exactly.
you,
Exactly.
I'm not disagreeing with you.
100%
Listen,
insincere.
ladies, this is, I want to know. I want your opinion on this. If your husband and you found out your husband did this to you, how would you feel about
Yeah,
it?
would you think he's sweet?
Would you think he's sweet? Or
No,
would you think,
but first off, you can't do that because any woman's gonna be like, no, that piece of shit lied to me.
Right.
all right, let me finish this thought real quick. So if you think he's sweet, I want to know. If you think it's a douchey thing to do from your husband, I want to know. So definitely give us your feedback on this because this is definitely
Yeah, I'm definitely curious.
Yeah,
and
I'm
guys,
definitely
if you've ever
curious.
done anything like this, let us know. But I
Yes.
think again, if you ask any woman and she, oh, you mean my husband lied to me about playing football or watching football?
Yeah, they're going to be irate.
Of course,
That's exactly my point.
right. I'm not disagreeing with that.
So,
My
but I don't
point is
understand.
though, what he wanted to do, you can argue it was also to try and pep her up, make her feel good, make her feel prioritized.
You could argue,
Yes,
but
but
that would be a delusion.
Right.
Yeah.
That's not.
I totally
That's not
agree.
what he was doing.
He wanted to.
I say he's harmless. He
No,
wasn't.
no,
out
no.
murdering
It's
kids.
harm. No,
Like,
listen, it's harmless, but
It's harmless, but he played her.
oh, you need a little refill.
There's
little
no
topper-upper?
there's no other way to look at it. He played her,
Oh, he played her good.
and that's his wife, right? So you really don't want to play your wife like that. You played her for a fool.
Hey, listen, if it was my wife, I would have canceled plans.
Mikey.
I would have been the stand-up husband.
Yeah, he played her. I mean, listen, you should never play your significant other, especially your wife or your husband, like that.
I think it
mean,
was just a little sweet gesture.
No,
I
yeah,
think
it's
you
your
guys-
best
It was an
friend.
insincere, sweet gesture.
Fuck you, Doug.
right. Extremely insincere.
You're supposed to be my guy.
It couldn't be more insincere.
I cancel
Right.
plans for my girlfriend all the time.
What a
Right.
guy.
Yeah.
But you do it because you want to and you love her.
Yeah.
Right.
Like,
The right reasons.
even things that I really wanted to do, I could tell it would have just made her feel great if I just canceled.
Right.
And did
You're a
this.
good guy.
Yeah, I'm not saying it was authentic. I'm not saying it was the right thing. But
No,
I'm
I
saying
get
you
that.
couldn't.
But no, when we were at the bar, you were like, "Oh, it's so sweet."
I thought it was sweet. It's like, hey, he wanted to make
I'm
her
like,
feel
"What the
good.
fuck is sweet about that?"
He just wanted to
completely
make her feel
It's
good.
a sweet
It was
situation
calculated for a
her
week.
in the
Would it-
moment, not knowing.
Right
For
but
her.
would it
Yeah,
have
for
been
her
better
not
had he
knowing.
actually canceled? Yeah, 100%.
Yeah.
Still, to
Well, then
just
you-
to give them to make them feel good for just a minute.
For her, it was sweet as can be. For the people that know about it, it's like,
Right.
whoa, bro.
And then she looks like a fool to all of his friends.
That's what.
If
that-
she
that's the
finds,
problem.
yeah, oh,
No.
you're
Because
saying
they
the
all
ones
know.
who
They all
They were
know.
all in on it.
It's about as
He told
I
his
don't think
boy.
they're thinking about
He
it too
told
much.
his boy to call him that morning.
It's a shitty thing to do.
Yeah,
I
it's
mean,
not
she'll always be the butt end of the joke.
Yes.
It'll always be an
I don't think
inside
they're
thing.
joking about this too
That's
much
not.
later.
It's not. Well, we are because look at us. We're talking about
Because
it now.
he and I were
Well,
arguing over
and that
it for 2
being
hours,
said,
so I think his friends.
That being said, he's a great guy. He's awesome. He's a great husband, but he's passionate about watching his Sunday football.
Sunday
Right.
foosball.
Foosball.
I got another one for you.
Let's hear it.
Doctors who insist on being called doctor outside of the office. So
Yeah,
you
I
go to a
don't-
doctor, you're like,
I think-
hey doc, what's up, whatever. But like then in a social setting, like what was that Seinfeld where the guy wanted to be called maestro?
I didn't
Because
really
he was
watch it a
conductor.
lot.
Yes.
So the guy's name
It's not Entourage, so I don't. You know,
It's or Sopranos.
or
Yeah.
Curb, or Curb.
It's not
so.
one of your 3 TV shows.
but the idea of someone requesting or wanting to be called doctor outside of the office.
Listen, I get it. They've earned it. But what bothers me, I think, more about it is when they're obnoxious about it and they decide to publicly correct you.
Yeah.
It's like, dude, I get it. Fine. But there's no need to make a spectacle about it. Like,
Yeah.
I understand. You went to school, you earned your title. That's fantastic. I applaud you for it. But there's no reason to be a douchebag about it. People make mistakes. You're assuming that people know you're a doctor. They don't.
And when you
So-
correct them,
Yeah. And then when you correct them, it's like,
I don't give a you're a foot
It's
doctor.
like
Shut the fuck up.
prestige. They want,
You're-
Do you
Right.
mean a doctor like someone with a doctorate?
No,
No, medical doctor.
Medical doctor.
If someone with a
It's-
doctorate,
No, that
corrected,
would be like I'd be like,
we have to
guy.
have a conversation.
Well, yeah.
P-
then it's like,
PhDs are
bro,
doctors.
yeah.
PhDs are doctors.
Yeah, but they're far from a medical
Right,
doctor.
Right.
But somebody who's great at whatever European studies,
right.
No,
No,
Right.
stop. You're a doctor.
It's all ego.
Okay,
Yeah.
I think
It's
a lot-
ego.
I think
That's
a
what
lot
it
of it
is.
is ego. And then
All of it is.
my father brought up a point. He goes, "Well, then how do you feel about the people who put doctor on their license plates?" I said, "That's all
It's
ego."
all ego. Absolutely.
He goes, "No, I think it's because they want people to be aware that there's a doctor in the car."
Yeah, absolutely not.
I'm like, "What?
Sorry,
Why?
Dad.
Why does anybody need to know there's a doctor? Well, what if someone gets into an accident?" I'm like, yeah.
then I hope any doctor would stop.
his-
I don't
right.
even know
There's
his
this lovely
logic
thing
is
called
great.
An ambulance.
Yeah, like
Yeah.
If you get T-boned by an 18-wheeler, is your first thought, hey, 6 minutes ago on the highway, I
Right.
saw a doctor's license plate.
Right.
I wonder
No,
if
you're
it-
probably
and it said doc
my leg,
Yeah,
and it said Doctor Smooth #1.
ass man.
yeah.
That's
Not,
another Seinfeld reference.
not
Remember
everybody.
Ass Man?
Not everybody could be a hero.
Right. Oh yeah, Mikey's a hero.
You know.
Yeah.
Did you know? I mean, I told you.
Yeah, you told me. Mike, just to give a little context
To all the
here.
viewers, Robbie
gonna
here.
go wait in the car.
Robbie is here because of me. He's breathing. He's speaking to the mic because of me, and it's a fact.
He saved Robbie's life. Everybody.
I would have been better off dying.
You probably because now
To
you
carry this shame with me.
What's the shame?
I'll tell the story.
Well, I'll tell.
So-
No, I'll tell the story.
Let
I'll
Mikey,
tell the story.
yeah, let Mikey tell the story.
So it was COVID days during the quarantine. Miami or the state of Florida finally opened up, and we were trapped in New York. We couldn't go out. We couldn't do anything. So we booked the first flight we can get on it sometime in May. We got it for $56, tax included, round trip.
We did.
And
That's a fact.
hotels were still closed, but we got an Airbnb.
Right.
So we go to this bar the first night. We had you could imagine the night we had after not being able to go out for 2 months back in New York.
I'm sure.
So the next day we go out again. We go out for, I would say it was probably 10, 11 o'clock, maybe 11:30, having lunch.
was morning, yeah, well, I
we're
think it was
having lunch.
breakfast,
We're having some
lunch, whatever.
drinks. And Robbie orders steak and eggs.
Okay.
And we're drinking. We're pretty sauced up. And I'm like, oh, that steak, it looks fucking good. He's like, oh, it's so tender. You want to try it? I'm like, yeah, give me a piece. Fire it at me. So I take it. I'm like, wow, this is good. So then he takes a bite and I see him go, so I'm like, are you okay? He's like, I knew he wasn't.
Right.
So I said, you sure you're good? And he's like, so I'm like, what the fuck am I going to do? There's nobody at this bar. There's a table full of girls behind us. They're getting fucking sauced. There's no way they're helping.
Right.
And I'm looking at the bartender. What felt like minutes was seconds.
Right.
Maybe 3
So
seconds.
the thought that went through my head, I shit you not. I was like, I watched enough TV. I could do this. So he stood up. Like he knew the routine. He stands up. I get behind him. I fucking give him the Heimlich. One pump.
One pump chump.
And it gives me a thumbs up. I'm like, holy shit, I just saved his fucking life. And he goes, you should have let me die. He goes, I wanted to push you away. I said, I'm a fucking hero.
That was my first thought. I was like, because my first thought was there was a bar maybe like 4 feet from us because there's a bar, and then we're sitting at like the table, like those little high top, 2 tops.
Yeah.
And I was like, if I run my chest into the bar, maybe I can do this. And then he did it. My first thought was like,
But he knew it. He knew it. He's like, this motherfucker has to save my life. I can't believe
I
it.
was so
He's going to have that over you forever.
And he, seriously, and I'm thinking, how am I going to explain this to his mother? We come to Miami, your son's dead off a piece of skirt steak?
I have
Of
not
all
had
the
skirt
things.
steak since.
Yeah, and then for like a year after that, I was nervous to eat steak.
yeah.
I would keep chewing and chewing and chewing.
I was at dinner last night, and I was just telling this girl that I'm like nervous now when I
By the
eat
way,
steak.
you're welcome for saving your life.
Right.
You got to thank you.
I think I-
Technically, you will forever owe him your life.
Yeah.
That's a huge debt, bro.
It is.
That's
and
huge.
that's why it should have just let me slip into the light.
That means
I wanted to listen. We still had 3 days left in the trip. I had
You don't wanna
selfish
be alone.
intentions.
Right.
Yeah,
You
I
just-
got to keep my guy
that,
around.
that means if a car's coming his way, a bullet, anything, you got to take it.
Yep,
That's it, bro. Life for a life.
well, that's it.
That's how it goes.
I will not
see.
do this a second time.
Good. Don't.
I will not.
I can't live.
Yeah,
I'll listen.
The amount
listen
of
to me.
pressure you put on me.
If I choke on something or you save my life again, I'll die either way of shame.
Yeah, because
if you save me a second time, I'll die of shame. If you don't save me, I'll die.
yeah, you know,
So you can't have two.
it was very nervy for you to put that kind of pressure on me.
Right.
I was being a little selfish.
I was drunk. I mean, you took advantage
And
of
I
me.
finished my steak and egg and I took a nap.
Yeah, you took
Just-
some nap. You had a good night's sleep.
Just remember the quote from Man on Fire: "A life for a life."
Yep.
I think that's from other places too.
It's Man on Fire,
All right.
primarily.
We'll quote it from
But let's
Anyway,
go. Wait, let's go.
So,
wait, let's, I'll
so
tell you-
anyway, so I was having dinner last night, like I was saying, and yeah, I told her basically that I have a fear of. Now I chew my steak for like 20 minutes.
Why?
Every piece to make sure it's chopped up enough.
Why?
Where it won't get stuck.
Why?
because afraid of
Because
choking.
you choked, and I almost choked on one. Once.
Yeah.
yeah. So
That's
I got
exactly why.
So my experience was I literally was sitting down at this place called Elizabeth's in Palm Beach, and sitting at the bar, I ordered a New York strip. Long story short, I went to swallow it. At first, I didn't panic. I just felt stuck. So I said, "Oh, I'll grab my drink and I'll try to swallow it."
No, it
And then
doesn't work.
Sure enough, I went to swallow it. All the fluid came out of my nose. I couldn't get it down to push the steak down further.
You knew you were
And
fucked.
I jumped up. I knocked all the drinks over at the bar. I jumped up out of my chair in a huge panic. And thank God, I just was like, let me take one big gulp and see if I can get it down. And thankfully, I got it down.
Who was there with you to be a hero? Like
my,
myself?
my ex was there, but she looked at me like, what is going on here?
Yeah.
Like I jumped up in such a panic. The whole restaurant was
Well,
looking.
Well, I want you to know if you had me with you, I would have saved your
Oh,
life too.
thank you. Well, luckily I was able to save myself in that.
You should get
instance, but-
hero on your license plate.
I should.
Yeah, you should get a vanity. You know what? To make it even, I'll buy you a vanity plate.
Wait, well, let's backtrack to the doctor conversation. I got a good doctor story, actually.
Go ahead.
Okay.
Miami also, where you almost died.
Oh.
Same restaurant.
I was there.
Yeah. So they have a magician that goes around, right?
Oh yeah.
And he's pretty fucking good. So he comes around, does tricks. I tipped him $10. I thought it was generous, right?
Right.
So then now he goes up to this other guy. The guy's suited up, nice, looking dapper. Does a couple tricks. The guy gives him 100. I'm like, what the fuck? $100 for a trick?
Right.
Then he does another trick. He gives him another 100. I'm like, this is, it's like $10. I thought I was being fair.
Right.
This guy's giving $200, 2 tricks.
Yeah.
So I'm like, I got to find out what this guy does. So he's next to us at the bar. Mind you, he tipped the bartender like $400 for 1 drink too.
Right.
So we get to talking. Ends up he's a doctor. He fixes cleft palates and shit.
Okay.
Super humble. All the bartenders in Miami know him. He's super generous. So he fixes cleft palates. So he's like, I'll give you a quick story. Someone reached out to him from Dubai, some sort of prince from Dubai or whatever.
Right.
His son had a cleft palate or cleft lip. They flew him out there. I think his price at the time, if I remember correctly, was like $150,000
Wow.
to get flown out and perform the surgery.
It's great.
So he goes out there, does the surgery, comes home, and he gets a call from the port of Miami. And they're like, you have a shipment here waiting for you. And he's like, a shipment? What the fuck? What shipment do I have? He's like, all right, I'll be over there. So he goes over there. $6 million in gold as a tip from the father.
Oh, wow. That's amazing. Imagine that, bro.
$6 million
Isn't that
in
crazy?
gold.
That
At that time, we were going back like a decade ago,
Right.
maybe more.
That was such a big tip. It would literally change someone's life forever.
We'll change everyone's life forever.
Right. Everyone.
$6 million.
Imagine
in gold.
$6 million in gold.
In gold
as a
bullion.
tip, and he already got paid $150,000 for doing the surgery.
Isn't that amazing?
When I hear shit like that, it's
Yeah.
like, what the fuck?
Like, dude,
makes
send,
you so
send it
angry.
my way.
It's fucking right. How do you think I felt tipping the magician $10?
I'll learn how to fix a cleft palate.
Yeah, but if like you're the kind of person that got tipped $6 million, what is 400 to you?
No. He's
of
he's definitely a
course.
spender. He's super generous and super humble.
Yeah.
You wouldn't even know he's a doctor.
The one thing I'll say is at least he's the kind of guy that gives back.
Oh,
And takes
absolutely.
care. So it's nice. When people have
better
that
than me.
kind of money and they give it back in that way, it's great. At least, they tip well. They make everybody's night better. They understand that people are working hard and they're very, very generous with their money. So, yeah, I applaud
That
him
makes you
for
feel
that.
good to meet somebody like that, you know?
Yeah, for
humble,
sure.
wealthy.
Yeah, if everybody was like that and all these top 1%ers, I mean, people would be a lot better off in this world for sure. Unfortunately, they're not all like that. But yeah, like these billionaires, this is like some of the cheapest people out there. It's insane.
That's why they have so much money.
Yeah, but so what?
Yeah, they don't spend it.
You're a billionaire. Like you could, you could tip someone $10,000 for the night. It wouldn't even faze you. You could literally go into a restaurant and everybody $20,000 to tip the whole place, and you would never even know the money was missing. And you could make people's lives significantly better. Now, I'm not saying that you're obligated to do that. Obviously,
No, you
not.
should. You don't have to throw it away, but
No,
it's
but-
nice to pay it forward and
Yeah, like-
help people out.
You got billions. You're not going broke anytime soon. Like it is. It's nice to give back to people.
I like hearing stories about it. Wasn't there one with Ben Affleck where he was at a casino and then he went to like the diner that was in the casino and he tipped the waitress like a stupid amount?
Yeah, he definitely overtip.
Yeah.
And that's exactly how I would be. If I ran into wealth or if I was a celebrity, I wouldn't change a thing about myself. Like I consider myself to be a generous tipper now. I'd be even more generous.
Yeah.
You make somebody's day. Somebody might have got stiffed on the tip,
Yeah.
the table before you or whatever. And
They could be struggling to pay their rent that
Right.
month, and you just,
Just fix that for them.
Oh, something I wanted to bring up was
the videos.
you two are the two most literal people I know.
oh, we're not
Me?
good with the
Yeah.
hypotheticals.
No.
I'm good with hypotheticals.
Because it's hard for me to put myself in this situation.
I was telling your brother, we were just talking and bullshitting, and it got to the point where we're talking about, I think I was talking about one of my clients or whatever, and I was like, if I could go back and do anything again, I'd want to be a commercial lawyer,
Right.
like be able to
My
it's just-
commercial.
What? Why?
Why a commercial lawyer?
Working for big companies like that, yeah, it's one. It almost always guarantees employment to
Right.
make very good money. And I said to your brother, if you could go back in time, what would you do? And he said, oh, if I knew what I knew now, I'd buy real estate.
Right. If everybody knew what they knew.
Right. And so I'm like, well, okay, just imagine you didn't know,
I'd be a doctor fixing cleft lips.
Yeah, right. In Dubai.
Yeah.
And I was just talking to him like, no, like, what would you do for work? He goes, oh, I'd buy real estate. And I said, okay, let's just imagine you woke up and you were 18 and you have the knowledge that you have now. Okay. You're 37 today, you're 38 today. You wake up tomorrow, you're 18 again, you're starting over. But you knew you lived this life where you were 37.
Can't do the things you used to do when
Can't,
you were
30, 22, 23.
Right.
So he's like, oh, I'd buy real estate. And I said, okay, we're still not getting it. Let's take it a step further.
Right.
I said, let's say you didn't have any money. You're 18, you're dead broke. He goes, oh, I'd convince somebody to give me money and I'd buy real estate.
I said the same thing.
And I'm just like, what would you, like, let's say
He's
you
worse
can't-
than me. You run in circles with him.
Here's the problem, though. You're looking for an answer. So for us, the hypothetical is what would we do? And that's what we would do. I would find someone to give. If I knew what I knew today,
Do you
that
get
is
the literalness of just like,
It's not
what would you do
literal.
for a career? Like job, not
Well,
self-employed.
then that needs to be the
that's not-
question.
that's not-
So I had to amend it because he's so fucking literal.
But-
just like, all right, if you couldn't be self-employed, if you had to go into an office, what kind of work would
If
you
the
do?
circumstances were the same, you didn't know what would you do differently, you think?
well, knowing what I know today.
No,
No,
forget
so
about
you didn't
that.
know.
Well, I
If-
have to
if-
know what I know today. That's
If
the
you
whole
were
situ-
reborn
Yeah, that's the whole
today
point.
and
That's-
grew up, what route do you think you would take?
But that's not what the question is.
Okay,
I'll
so let's
answer
do
it,
this.
but that's not what he said.
So
He's
let's
saying
say-
if I knew what I knew today,
Yeah.
what would I do?
If he knew what he
If
knew
you
today.
had to have a corporate job, if you had to have an office job,
Well, that's different. Now you're
Okay.
getting more specific.
So let me
now
be more
that's-
specific.
that's
now,
how
now
you
you're
need to
changing the
ask it.
tune here.
yeah, I have to
Right.
because
Yeah.
he's too literal.
No,
Yeah, but
it's
no,
not
no,
that
no.
because
I think Rob, as someone that has worked in freelance for 7 years, I have had to become a very specific question asker.
That's maybe it's me then. Maybe it's me.
you have to understand
Trust.
your hypothetical is not the same as somebody else's. Like how
Yeah.
I would act in that situation.
So then I
now.
wasn't specific enough.
No,
So
you have for
to,
anybody, not just for
if
us.
you had to have a job.
If I had to have a job, I would have been a lawyer.
Yeah. How about you? Don't say
If I
real
knew
estate,
what I
I'll
knew
smack
now?
the shit out of you.
If I knew what I knew now,
No, you don't know anything. You're 18. You're done. You're broke.
I would have been a porn star.
Dude,
What would your porn name be?
I don't know. You know,
Huh?
What would your porn name be?
I don't know. I'd have to think of something good though.
Chrissy Dinklage?
I'd probably,
Mikey.
I'd probably
Mikey-
be like a
Mike would be Mike Oxlong.
yeah, that motherfucker, whoever did that to me.
So I walked into the TD Bank by my parents' place,
Right.
Because I used to have a bank account there, and this one dude was getting arrested because he had gotten blasted drunk. at
I
his
love that.
desk
I love
Oh,
that.
at work?
at the TD Bank
I
Why do
don't
you get
know.
arrested?
That's a fucking champion right there,
Dude,
huh?
I had a
for public
guy
intoxication.
working for me, and he
Oh, he must have been sauced.
Yeah, crazy sauce.
I don't know what people are thinking. I had a guy working for me, and he comes in. It's obviously at company trucks, and he comes in, and I could tell he was buzzed, and I didn't have like proof, but I wouldn't let him drive. I said, you gotta drive with Jesse was one of my guys, and I said, do not let him drive the truck under any circumstance at all today. So sure enough, he had his backpack with him. He goes into the back. He's doing a service, and Jesse's sitting in the truck, looking at him. He's walking out of the back. He's got a beer can in his hand. He's walking out the property of a customer's house, drinking. Like they're just completely casual about it.
The things
And
you
then
get to deal with as
and
small
then
business owner.
Jesse was like, looked at it. He's like, dude, what are you doing? He's like, what? I'm just having a beer. He goes, you're working, bro. You're not allowed to drink. So he calls me up, and I said, get him off the job site immediately. Like he's done. Kid threw a huge hissy fit. Like just went off. I'm like, dude, what don't you understand about you're not allowed to drink when you're working?
Yeah, that's not. Yeah,
Like you're working for my company. You're in a vehicle. You could be driving it. You're not drinking and working, dude. You're done.
Also,
Pack
you-
your shit.
you
Go
don't
fuck
deal in
off.
construction.
Fucking
Yeah.
idiot.
Like,
so
you-
it's not like he's sitting there in a padded room just playing tiddlywinks.
No, what do you want to do? You
He
wanna-
has heavy construction equipment
Yeah.
that he's dealing with.
You want to cut a limb off?
Yeah, you want to chop your foot off, and then you
Like-
got to deal with the insurance because this guy can't hold his alcohol.
Oh, right. He's like, oh, he let me work intoxicated. Like, and I knew, honestly, I wish I had more proof in the beginning. He would have never went on to the job, but I just assumed it seemed like he was off. But yeah, these people are whacked, man. People they don't think at all. They
People
don't.
are crazy. You know what I saw the other day? It blew my fucking mind. Go to Stop and Shop. I was at the gym.
Right.
Acme. So I was at the gym, and I had to get.
By the way, the package, I can't track it.
That's all right.
At Acme and see a guy. So I'm in the produce section. Takes a bunch of bananas. Takes one banana off of it. Looks at it. Takes a plastic bag.
Tell me he ate it.
Ties it into a plastic bag and puts it in his cart.
He wanted one banana.
Right, but why?
It's like you with the grapes.
I'm great with the grapes, but also if I'm buying grapes, I'm buying a plural of grapes. I'm
Yeah.
buying several grapes.
Right.
Why do you need to take one banana that's already in a protective case and then put it in a plastic bag? Tie the plastic bag.
People are fucking lost their minds. They're shocked.
I'm just like, I'm looking at the guy and I'm just like, look, I didn't lose sleep over it, but I'm like, what the fuck?
Yeah.
I don't get why people do certain things. And I also stopped trying to figure it out, but when I see it in person, I'm like, that's
It's annoying.
I don't
Yeah.
like when people pick at fruit.
at
Why?
the supermarket
Why they
Yeah.
pick at it?
Yeah, it ticks me off. Like
when they
why-
pick up everything.
when they just grab it's okay to grab things that you're gonna wash,
Right.
but something like a grape. Like, do you guys wash grapes before you eat grapes?
I don't.
No, I don't. I don't wash
I do.
any fruit.
I don't really
before
wash
eat
my
it.
You
fruit.
should definitely wash your fruit every single time.
Yeah.
I know.
No,
Because
I
that's
know.
half the thought I have.
I
People
know what
just
you should
grabbing
do.
it,
Yeah.
picking up apples, putting them down, picking them up, putting
Plus,
them down.
all of the bugs and the dirt that's still on there too.
I wash. Yeah,
Yeah, everybody tells me, "Oh, you got to wash the pesticides off." Well, yeah, that's
Yeah.
all right. I'll be
I'm more concerned about the people.
I've survived this long. I think
You
I'll
made
be,
it?
I think I'll be okay. Yeah, never got sick from a piece of fruit, so I think I'm all right. But yes, I don't know. Some people do weird shit.
What's your favorite water? This is another hot debate.
Hint.
My favorite water,
Yeah.
Hint's flavored like regular.
Yeah.
I'm not a big, so I don't like flat water typically. So I drink club soda a lot.
Play seltzer.
It's
It
club
bothers
soda,
me so much.
seltzer, club soda, whatever. So I'll drink like
Been in
you
Florida
know,
too long.
Schweppes black cherry.
Yeah, that's your
the
fave,
shit.
bro.
Seltzer. It's the best.
You don't drink water at all?
I do drink it. I just will drink club soda
Yeah, same
over it.
thing.
Yeah, that's all.
Club soda has sodium in it?
When we're out,
No,
I'm
It's
like,
just the carbonation.
It's just the carbonation.
when we're out, I'm like, Chris, have a water. You know, you're drinking a lot. Bud Light's as good as water. Give me a Bud Light.
the alcoholic water.
Yeah.
Listen, I'm trying to get to a certain level. I'm not trying to keep bringing myself
give me
down.
a Bud Light and a shot of J-Mo.
It's like trying to climb a mountain, but like every 30 minutes, you decide to just climb your way down 40 feet, and then you decide to climb your way back up again. And you just keep doing that on fucking repeat all day.
What's your favorite water?
Hint.
What about flat, not flavored? Because there are taste differences.
Essentia,
Sentia and Smart Water.
Voss.
Fiji, Revolve.
I don't
Voss.
like Fiji.
Fiji's good.
Fiji's got this.
Fiji
Voss is good.
tastes
I
like
mean, it's
rocks.
a gimmick.
Yeah.
The bottle.
It tastes like rocks. Yeah,
Yeah, it's got.
I totally agree.
Oh, take
Yeah.
it easy. It's not that bad.
I don't like it.
My mother's ex loves Fiji.
and
That's all
it's
she drinks.
and it's overpriced, by the way.
Oh, I feel like all bottled water is overpriced unless it's Poland Spring or what's the Florida one?
I don't know.
Zephyr Hills.
Zephyr Hills, right? Zephyr Hills.
You can taste the fluoride in it.
Isn't Zephyr Hills Poland Spring?
I don't think so.
I don't
No.
know.
Because I know a lot of times it's regional too.
No, there's like
I mean,
Zephyr
Poland
Hills.
Spring would just label.
I
it
could tell you what
Poland Spring.
I will never drink tap water. I hate tap water.
There was a time where that's all anybody ever drank, man.
Bro.
See, that's what we're spoiled as a culture today. Like we take so much for granted.
If you go to the Netherlands everything is filtered. The entire city is filtered.
Yeah, that's pretty cool.
You mean the water that you're drinking?
Are we back on?
No, just literally
You've been back on.
all
Oh,
of
I didn't
the
even
water's
know.
filtered.
So it's good to drink.
Yeah, even the shower is good to drink.
Wow.
Really?
Yeah.
Hydrate yourself while you're taking a shower?
Oh, literally.
Oh.
It's crazy.
Yeah, I can't fuck with tap water. But it's weird. If I'm at a restaurant and they give me a glass of water, I'll drink it. It's the
best thing I've ever had.
It's all in my head.
Yeah, dude.
Well, they typically have filtered tap water.
But would you?
typically.
So if you had tap water run through a Brita or whatever,
I mean,
Right.
I've never
drink
never
that.
done it.
yeah,
Yeah, I used
it
to have
does
a
taste
Brito.
different though.
It does. It definitely it purifies it for sure.
You ever seen those guys, the videos with that pour like Monster Energy into like a Brita and it comes out like clear?
Yeah,
What?
Yeah.
You know, it's crazy.
because it filters everything out.
Yeah.
I mean, listen, don't get me wrong. Britas work great. Like they easily change the taste of tap water.
Yeah.
100%.
I'm sure they do.
There's a lot of sediment and shit in tap water. Calcium,
especially in New York.
I do love my water though.
I could
That's
drink,
why at Orange Theory I spend $1.08, and it ends up being as much as my membership every month.
I could drink.
I told him, I was like, "How don't you have a water bottle?"
$1.08.
Oh, you just keep charging it?
Bro, I one time I think I had $60 or more on my credit card from Orange
Yeah,
Theory for a month.
it's a convenient. I'll be honest. I do the same thing when I go to LA. I buy a bottle of water almost every day I go in there.
I got to break their chops. I'm like, it's buy one get one today.
It's just like you just forget.
Yeah.
right? And then you just, you don't want to work out without it, so you buy it.
Once you start carrying a water bottle around, though, because he'll carry a gallon of water like it's a meathead.
Well, no, I drink a gallon. I'm not a meathead, number one.
He'll carry like a jug.
I
Let's
drink
be
a gallon.
clear.
I drink a gallon of water a day. Well, that's the goal anyway.
That's great.
Yeah.
But what, you carry around a jug with you?
No, I don't. I bring it to work and I fucking drink it throughout the day.
Right. Do you go to the gym with it?
Absolutely not. I pay $1.08.
Right.
$1.08. $1.08. $1.08.
$1.08.
Instead of just getting a water bottle
Yeah.
and
Right.
taking the water and putting it
And
into
they're
his
all
water.
like, "Why don't you just why don't you keep a case of water in your car?" I'm like, "I know. I know the right thing to do. I just have a hard time
Right.
doing it."
Yeah, it is amazing how it's so easy to do certain things, and we just don't
It's the
do
weirdest
that.
the way you
yeah.
justify not
I'm
doing
like,
things.
I'm great at spending money.
Yeah, so am I.
Because it's so
that's
much
terrible.
easier to do nothing.
It's a
all
bad
convenience for me.
Yeah.
You know,
Time or money,
If
time
I
or
gotta,
money,
if I
time or
gotta
money.
buy a fucking case of water, lug it to the car,
I totally agree.
put it in the trunk,
Same way.
or I just spend $1.08.
Right, and then go into my trunk every day before I
Right.
walk into the gym.
Right. Then I forget it's in my trunk, and then I go in the gym. I buy water anyway.
Right.
I
Exactly.
want to be the person that you talk about, Rob. I don't have time for that.
To get a water bottle,
Dude, I got edits, bro.
you got to work.
Yeah, listen, I get it. Listen, time is money.
Listen to
You
me,
know?
Doug. Get back in
Right.
the cage.
You're gonna pay with time or money.
Right. You got to
drink when I say you drink.
Everything in life today is about convenience.
Right.
It really is.
I will pay for convenience, no question.
Dude,
Right.
like
Yeah, most
Uber-
people will.
Yeah.
Dude, Uber Eats. I don't know if you guys have.
Oh, don't get me
have
started.
seen, but they charge so much
Oh,
money.
they
Dude, bro,
do.
I paid $34 for a salad from DoorDash.
It's
a salad.
It's I'm telling you, it's criminal, bro.
Yeah.
It could cost $12. It's going to cost
The fees. Yeah, it's
$38,
crazy.
yeah.
Dude,
We've
it's
gotten to the point where if we drank on a night and we want like Chinese food or something on like a Sunday, and I've told them before, I'm like, dude, I'm not ordering DoorDash.
Dude, just order
because
the
it's
pickup
like,
every time.
first off, they jack up the prices.
They do. That's how they make their money.
Well, in addition to that, then they charge a service fee.
Right.
And the service fee is for, to help us operate. You're already charging me more for the food.
Yeah.
But I get it. It's a convenience. So if you're hungover on a Sunday, do you want to go drive 20 minutes to get the food? It's gotten to the point where, yes, I do.
But it's ridiculous.
I can't spend this money.
It's outrageous. And if I was one of these restaurants, I'd be like, fuck them. Dude. I can make all this extra money delivering. I would just have a delivery service.
Exactly.
I
Why
wouldn't
not
even-
just hire a couple
I
drivers?
Well,
would-
because it's hard to find the workers.
Fuck them, dude. I would
And they're
never
not
even,
they're not reliable.
And then they're marking up my prices. Fuck you. I'll
Not
mark
the,
up my.
no, the restaurant doesn't.
No, the DoorDash does.
Right.
I would say fuck that. I'll
Well,
mark up
you know
my
what's
own
crazy,
prices.
though?
No, no, no.
When we're
And
in
I'll
high
deliver.
school-
Yes, but they don't have to deal with the bullshit of their delivery guy not showing up.
Yeah, I get
having
it, but-
unreliable
But
help.
what, like Capriccio growing up, there's no issue with delivery drivers. When I managed
well,
Sophia, we
you're
had
gonna-
no issue with
I
delivery
mean,
drivers.
nowadays nobody wants to work.
That's,
Period.
dude, it
Dude.
blows my mind because you had. You used to not have an issue getting people to. And when I worked at Capriccio when I was 16, 17, 18 years old, I'd make $130, $140 a night, which at the time was great money.
Back then, absolutely.
Nobody wants to work today. That's the problem.
That's
People
exactly
are
why
just
people use third party.
Lazy fucks, dude. They really are. Nobody wants to work. Nobody wants to. Everybody wants to be an influencer. Everybody sees what everybody does on social media. They think it's so easy. Everybody wants to be famous.
Well, everybody wants to take the path of least resistance
yeah,
too.
right. Well, that's what it is. And I got news for you.
Work sucks.
Yeah,
Gotta do it.
It's very rare that you find a path your entire life that's the path of least resistance.
Or you're passionate.
There's no quick
Right.
way to become successful. Okay, the people that do are lucky,
Yeah.
and they just strike when
They
the
stepped
iron
in
was
shit.
hot, or they stepped in shit.
Just good
And,
time.
and
or
that's
they
it.
chose to be a doctor or a lawyer and they knew it would be
right,
Right.
a
But
method
that,
of making a great living.
right. That is far.
You know
from
what?
the norm,
I'm going to go back to school, be a doctor. I think.
though. Oh yeah,
Yeah, I'm going to fix cleft lips and palates.
right. I
In
just
Dubai.
need one $6 million tip, and I'm retired.
That's it.
Immediately.
Give me some gold.
I don't do doctor stuff anymore. I'm retired.
That's it.
Do any of you guys ever actually think about like going back?
No, I never went to
sometimes.
school to begin with.
For a law degree, yeah.
Yeah, I kind of want to.
For a law degree. Yeah, but see, at this point, I'm 40 now, so I just don't see it.
Yeah, that to develop a skill set that somebody else has 20 years on you.
Yeah, it would be.
No.
It'd be too much. And I've been honestly through enough school in my life where I have no desire to continue my education. Life is my education now.
Facts.
School
it.
of hard
Big
knocks.
facts.
It's the school of hard knocks, baby.
Hey, bro, you can
My
learn a
life
lot
story.
just by yourself. Come on, not just by yourself.
Dude, honestly, not for nothing. Like with the internet now, like, dude, I taught myself my whole business watching videos.
Yeah.
Like everything I do in construction, I learned off videos.
Half of
And
learning
reading
stuff
books.
for the podcast.
He really did. I can't even use a fucking screwdriver. This guy could.
Seriously.
He's
I
building
used to-
fireplace mantles and
I could-
paving
I could
patios.
build a house, dude.
It's
I
funny.
mean,
The other
seriously.
day, he calls you. He goes, "Do you have a screwdriver?" I go, "What do you need a screwdriver for? You don't know how to use tools."
No, because the tenant in the back, I had to change the thermostat. He's like, have you done this before? I'm like, nope. I said, but we got instructions.
We're gonna figure
ready
this
to
out
rock.
together.
Ready to rock.
We're gonna fail as a team and succeed as a team.
Yeah, it's the easiest thing now to teach yourself how to do things. As long as you're not a lazy person, you're willing to
YouTube.
put the effort in. Yeah, you go on YouTube, watch videos, buy a couple of books, read.
Dude,
like,
you could literally Google like, let's say you wanted to change, I don't know, a water tank.
right.
You could Google the model of your water
and
tank.
give you step by step.
Yeah, literally step by step.
Right.
Now,
Someone's
again,
got a video on it.
you'll run into 37 things, though. That's the thing. You start doing it, all of a sudden it starts leaking. And you start realizing there's rust build up in the pipes. And it's like, yeah, in a perfect world, A, B, all the way to Z, step by step. But it's like if you're doing demo and you're in construction,
Right.
nothing is ever under budget, right?
No.
Because you take down some drywall, it's like, oh, that's asbestos.
Right.
That's not in the YouTube tutorial.
No, it's very rare that running
It's A
into
to
kind
Z.
of the problems. Yeah, they address how to do something, but not what the problems could be that you come across.
Oh, with
in
my
the middle.
luck, I run into every fucking problem.
Right. That's where it gets a little sticky. But that's where you got to study, right? That's where you have to learn how to do things. And a lot of the times you learn from experience, right? Like you'll run into the problem and then you develop ways to tackle it. And that's it.
But you strike me as the same type as me where you like learning new things.
I love to learn new
Yeah,
things.
same.
That's why I expanded
Same.
business into interior.
Yeah.
I just gave myself something else to do.
Yeah, I like taking on new challenges. I like taking on new responsibilities. I like growing my skill set.
Yeah, for me, it's like learning something and then developing it, and then the finished product at the end. Like I love seeing the progress. That's what keeps me motivated. That's
Yeah,
why
like-
like you say, I'm 0 to 100,
Yeah.
like this, and everything that I do. I just am, and I enjoy it, like thoroughly enjoy it. That's why I'm that way.
Yeah, like I'm a barber. I can't even cut my own hair. I attempted it once. I started sweating. I was getting all fucking worked up. I called my barber. I'm like, dude, I got to come by now.
I fucked it up.
I was dripping sweat. I was getting frustrated. The fucking three-way mirror. I'm like this. I couldn't get the right angle. I'm like, yeah, this isn't for me.
Are there barbers who can cut themselves?
Oh, nasty.
Really?
Nasty.
How do you do the back?
They got three-way mirror. I don't
So you
know.
can kinda
But
see the back from the front?
it's not. You know what? I like to get a haircut once a week. I like to relax. It's therapeutic to me.
Yeah, I would imagine it's you got to learn how to get your hand into certain angles, positions, and it's tough in a mirror because everything shows up,
Reverse.
backwards or
Yeah.
reversed. So yeah, like you got the right side raised up, you got to get
Yeah,
down.
it's
You always
all-
got to move the left side.
Right.
Yeah,
It doesn't feel right. It's
It
awkward.
feels awkward.
Yeah.
But yeah, like even think about it when you first start doing like your sideburns, right? Like when you're like, you're uncomfortable at first until you get used to
Right.
it. Then you realize,
Give me a beard lineup on my own, no problem.
right. But even that at the beginning, like when you first learned how to do it, it was, you're nervous.
Yeah,
or you fucked up your beard.
Yeah, but I'm an actual barber.
Right. I get it.
It's different than you getting and doing it yourself.
Well, imagine.
I should know how to fucking
Well,
do
no,
it. I
of
mean, I do
course.
know how to do it, but
Imagine though you had to cut somebody's hair,
yeah.
and as you're cutting their hair, you have to do it by looking at a mirror. You can't look down and snip it. You have to be looking at
Right,
it.
all through it's three mirrors.
You're gonna fuck it up.
Oh, I'm gonna fucking destroy it.
It's hard. You'd have to. I mean, listen. Like anything with practice and
Yeah.
time comes.
But it's not a
You
skill
start
set
to-
you need to learn.
No.
That's the other thing too. I like learning things, but I'm also at the point in my life where I'm like, will this benefit me?
Right.
Some
Right.
things I do recreationally for me,
Right.
but other things it's like, do you really need
Right.
to learn how to
Right.
cut your own hair in the mirror?
No, you definitely don't.
So
I will
you know,
gladly pay for a haircut every week as a barber to not have to cut my own hair.
I only got a
course.
couple more minutes, but I wanted to bring up one last thing I saw. It blew my mind. So my brother sent this to me. There's a podcast he likes with a couple guys called Dudesy with Will Sasso, Paul Timmerman. And
Paul Timmerman.
it's essentially, and I don't know if this was, I think this is through their podcast, but I showed it to you, like the Tom Hanks clips where it's like him talking, but it's not Tom Hanks, but
Right,
AI
right.
can
The
pick
AI,
up
yeah.
their voice, their cadence, like their rhythm.
Right.
Essentially, it can mimic their speech pattern.
It's
crazy.
AI.
Yeah,
Oh,
it's insane. So one of the things that their AI computer that they have, which helps narrate their podcast,
Right.
it created a special, I believe, and don't quote me on this, but whether it's through Dudesy or another
Right.
entity, it's a special, a comedy special by George Carlin. George Carlin died 15, 20 years ago.
Yeah.
Legend.
Legend. One of the goats.
Absolutely.
Mount Rushmore. If you disagree, you're dumb.
He's the best.
It created a whole comedy special, a whole hour comedy special, mimicking his voice, how he would speak, what he would speak about.
That's cool.
They created this whole hour podcast. So I started thinking about it further, and I'm like, if you can do that with AI, and AI is only rapidly developing at such a quick stage, imagine you recorded yourself for, let's say, 20 years.
Right.
And then you get older, you pass away. You can literally have AI create your image, your body,
Right.
your voice, and have conversation with your children, your grandchildren, even after you pass away.
It's pretty trippy.
Yeah.
Speaking
pretty
as
wild.
how you
Yeah.
would speak based off the information you've given this program, things you would say, your rationale, your dictation, everything about you. You could literally create an AI bot of yourself for your children, grandchildren, and
Right.
great grandchildren.
Yeah, I think it'd be weird.
Thought about it. That's it's insane.
It's fucking
It's
trips
weird
me
now,
out.
but
That's
give
weird.
it 10 years and it's not going to be weird.
Like, listen, once somebody moves on at that point,
It's
you should
time.
just- to
Put
let
them to rest.
Put them to rest.
You know?
Agreed, but
You know, talking to an AI is, for one, no, obviously not the same.
But imagine you could
And
have a
two,
phone
it's-
call with an AI.
Yeah,
It sounds like you.
It would freak me
Or
out.
it
Well,
sounds
it's
like
like
a loved one.
It's like he told me, "Oh, Home Alone 3's coming." I'm like, "Get the
Right.
fuck out of here!"
Oh, you saw the trailer?
Sends
for
me
it.
the trailer. I'm like, "Holy shit, we're having Home." I'm like, "Robbie, we got Home Alone 3 coming."
And
He's
I'm like, no, look at his mouth.
he's like, "No." And meanwhile, Joe Pesci's head's like fucking on a body. And
Right.
Yeah. They haven't
No.
worked out all the kinks yet.
Yeah.
No, it's amazing what they can do with it. Some people, they're going to take it too far.
By the way,
We've
I
talked
told so
about
many
this.
people Home Alone 3's coming.
Did you?
Yeah. It's like the story when Dad calls me up. He's like, "Clint Eastwood died." I'm like, "Get the fuck out of here. Clint Eastwood died." It's a busy
It was a
Saturday at the
spoof.
salon.
Right.
And I'm like, "You're not going to believe it. Clint Eastwood died." Everybody in the salon, "Oh my God, Clint Eastwood."
Right.
It was a fucking spoof.
Yeah, it's a spoof.
I'm like,
They
"Dad, you got to do your research next time. It would have made headlines." He
That's
goes,
ga-
"No, they wanted to keep it a secret. He died a week ago."
Right.
I'm like, "What are you, nuts? It's Clint Eastwood."
Dad falls for that shit all the time.
I said, "You have any idea the room where I just started?" I said, "Everybody's upset. I just told everyone Clint Eastwood's dead." I
Was
just
that your
remember,
house?
I don't know what prompted the conversation.
We're maybe 10, 11 years old.
Right.
We're at your house. We're sitting on the couch in the living room on, what was it, Morningside?
Yes.
Yeah, Morningside. And somehow we got on the topic of Xena, Warrior Princess, that show from like
Yeah,
the late
yeah, yeah,
90s.
yeah.
Right,
And
I
your
remember
dad
it.
tries doing a cartwheel. And you had a piano in there. And
Yeah,
you
he
had
was
a
like,
piano
"Yeah,
stool."
yeah, yeah, yeah,
Yeah, he was like, "La, la, la, la." Does a cartwheel the way you'd imagine, a dad doing a cartwheel.
Right.
Kicks the piano
No,
bench and
yeah.
breaks his toe immediately.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, he's
He's sick.
he's jammed himself up a couple
he's
times.
sick. He's sick guy.
Yeah.
Love him. He's sick.
He's funny, but yeah,
He's fucking. Your dad's one of the funniest
He-
people.
Oh,
I've
he
ever
really,
met.
he really, and sometimes it didn't even mean
Hey,
to
yeah,
be.
he's like Mike Ross. He's just
He's very,
funny.
yeah. He's just
Yeah.
dry
he's
sense of humor.
He's natural.
but sharp.
he
Yeah.
falls constantly. He tried to throw a bowling ball one day down the alley. He
He
slid down the whole
belly
alley
flop.
head
Wait,
first.
and he got a fucking strike.
And he got a strike. He slid down half the
Slid,
bowling
and he
lane.
didn't want to bowl because he didn't have his bowling
And
shoes
he's-
on.
he's a bigger
so
guy.
him and I were like, "Come on, Dad, do it." He's like, "All right, I'll do
Right.
it." Fucking right on his stomach.
What
The
did he run into the lane?
The ball
He hit
slipped
the
off
wax-
his finger.
He hit the waxed part of the lane, and he just
And
kept going?
The ball,
Flew
boom,
forward.
boom, boom, so slow, boom, 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 strike.
strike.
That's
Where was
crazy.
But he's
It
a
was
big,
in
Portland
Brooklyn.
Yeah, he's
no, in Brooklyn.
yeah, he's a bigger guy. You never seen. He was so mortified. He got up so fast, dude. It was
Slipped trying to walk back up.
lightning quick. No, he didn't slip getting up. He was like he got up real fast.
Oh
It
yeah,
was
he
amazing.
bounced up. Like,
He
yeah.
bounced up like he was 20 years old.
Yeah,
Fucking guy. But yeah, he's tried to jump onto a cruise ship. He missed a cruise ship one day almost. They were
not a
like-
cruise ship,
or
an excursion
an
boat,
excursion boat. And my mother's like, jump. So he
and all the
jumps.
smoke from the engines.
He like fucked up his knee. He slipped. And my mother's hysterically laughing in tears at him. And he got so mad he wouldn't talk to him for the rest of the day.
The shit that she puts him through, you know.
Oh man.
Jump.
Jump. That's exactly how it went down.
Yeah. But all right, so that's it. It is a wrap today, guys. I hope everybody enjoys their weekend. We are definitely going to enjoy ours, heading down to Miami.
Let's go, baby.
Let's do it. But we appreciate it. Everybody, thank you for watching. Please continue to give us feedback. Check us out on IG at notfornothing.podcast. Check us out on TikTok at notfornothingpodcast. And you can also check out our episodes in full and content clips on YouTube at Not For Nothing Podcast. Thank you guys. As always, we appreciate you. And yeah, we'll see you next week.
That's it. Let's get it.
But all right, guys, thank you.
Thanks, guys.
Thank you.